Hi spooky people, my name is Betty Gummy Babs and welcome back to another video. Happy Halloween! I mean, Halloween is already past, Halloween is already over, but I still hope that you had a nice Halloween weekend, nice Halloween evening, got to spend some time with friends, maybe dress up. Yeah. I am really sorry that there was no video last week, but my university professors really decided to use the workload that they can give us to the max. Like they decided to choose violence. And I struggled. And also Halloween is usually the weekend that I spend with my friends where we watch spooky movies, horror movies, and so I didn't really have the time to actually produce good content, which I would have just not been happy with if I would have given you some half-assed project. So I thought I would make up for that by giving you a very special build, a build that I was very excited to do, and it is going to be Able Sisters and Nook's Cranny in one nice video. What you saw first was me just doing a little bit of terraforming, a little bit of water escaping to hide the water mouth that was on this side of the island, and then I marked off where the buildings are, which is what you can see right now. For my Nook's Cranny, I decided that I want to build something along the lines of a Halloween market. I know that Halloween is over, but it lives on forever in my heart. So I'm going to decorate my island for Halloween, and you're not going to be able to stop me. It's Christmas. Oh, sorry, Halloween for me. Anyways, I just placed down the Able Sisters because I wanted to have that out of the way first, because it was right in front of the Nook's Cranny on the beach. So for the Nook's Cranny, like I said, Halloween market thingy, kind of a pumpkin shopping area. I thought it would look absolutely cute, so I did that. But I also have to say, some parts of this decorating video for my for the Nook's Cranny, I decorated some of it off screen. I mean, it sucks in that sense that you can actually see my process of decorating the entire area. However, I was happy that I even had a little bit of time to film my building process, so that I actually had any video for you. So I was like, oh, all right. You know, it's kind of a compromise. I get to show you some parts of what I built, and then I did some of it off camera, but I will still walk you through the area later, so you're not going to be missing anything major. So right here, as you can see, I'm trying to move the Nook's Cranny. And I've decided for this beautiful spot. And this is the area that we're going to be working with. As you can see, I jumped forward another day and it's raining again. Very, very nice. So as you can see, we're starting off with the kind of surrounding areas, placing some paths, some leaves in order to blend the areas together a little bit better. And then I decided that it was time for the pathway. And I struggled with this a lot. That's why I cut some of it out, or like most of it. But I struggled with it so much. There was so many decisions that I had to make when placing this pathway. And as you can see, there are like these 3 in-game path strips where I initially thought that I would do some farming aspects, like plant some pumpkins or anything, but I removed that pretty soon, I think, because it just didn't fit. It just wasn't the vibe that I was going for, and I replaced it with the red leaves. But as you can also see, the pathway is kind of winding, and it's not the entire shop front with just one singular big spot of path, because I don't like it. I don't like these kind of areas where it's just massive path or just massive area just completely covered with pathways where you can't see anything of the actual ground underneath it. And since I wanted to keep this island a little bit more rural or a little bit more natural, so to say, I thought it would fit. It would be nice if I would just leave some green in between. Nice rhyme. And also, I thought it would be nice to plant some flowers in these spots so that it's not just blocky items but actual movement, because I think that is very important for areas where you place a lot of items, that there are some parts of it that are broken up with something that's moving. It can be an item that's moving, like for example the clotheslines where they swing in the wind. But I thought, flowers would be nice as well because they move with the wind and they just generally are one of my favorite things to decorate with. So yeah. What you can see in here now is me placing some desks that I will later be putting some Halloween-ish items on. Yeah, so what I thought with this tiny area, I thought, this is kind of where the villagers can grab some candy, but it's also kind of a mystical stall area because you have the fortune-telling set, but you also have this doll. And I thought this stall reminded me so much of Annabelle, which we watched on Halloween, because she's in this glass container. And I just thought, yeah, that looks like a haunted doll. Like that. So I just placed it there next to the fortune-telling set. And as you can see, I also placed the trick lamp. However, I discovered the Day of the Dead decorations and I was like, no, trick lamp, I'm sorry, it's not gonna be you, it's not gonna be your time, it's gonna be gorgeous Day of the Dead decorations. And so I just put that down. Decoration. There's no S there, right? Anyways. As you can see, I started to plant some flowers in between. And I just think that the movement is quite nice. So right here, I'm trying to decorate some parts of this kind of transitional area between Nook's, Cranny and Able Sisters. My goal was to have this narrow pathway between the two shops where you could move through, but I'm gonna get to that a little bit later. Now I'm working on the little display that's on the bigger part of the path. And this one, I left a lot of it in. I struggled with this so much. I had so many ideas of items that I wanted to place there, like the pop-up books and everything, but it didn't really work out. So this is one of the areas that you're gonna see me decorate, or that you're not gonna be able to see me decorate, because that is one of the areas that I just did off camera. But for now, enjoy me suffering. Also, would you look at the amount of time that I spent looking through all of the items in my inventory before I actually put anything down. it's fascinating to watch because it's already at, I think, 250 speed. So the amount of time that I spend sitting in front of my Switch, staring at it, just trying to, like, where is that one item that I wanted to place, and losing my mind in the process. But yeah, so as you can see right here, I placed this spooky arch, which makes the pathway that you can walk through so much smaller, and I love it. I love it so much. Here you can see me try out if the low table would actually fit better in this area, but as you can see, I couldn't fit it there because it was too big. And so I was like, all right, no, I'm not gonna think about anything right now. I'm just gonna put it back, leave it as is, and move on. So here you can see we have a time jump where I decorated this entire part of the left side. Yeah, that's where I just walked in there. And yeah, I really like how it turned out with the little bushes in between. And here I'm doing another one of the areas like I did in the entrance, where I just placed some pumpkins and where I'm gonna just see what looks best from the new menu of food items that will be available with the new update. And so I can just fill these places. Alright, and after I planted this rose, I think I jumped forward and there will be a big cut. So get ready for what I've built in the meantime. Because after the cut, this is where I'll walk you through. Yeah, right. So here you can see just a little bit real quick what I did off camera. And now we're gonna work on the Able sister. So like I said, there's gonna be the new plantables, and this is the area that we're gonna be working on for now. I actually had some more time to film this part of the build, which is why it takes up the bigger part of the video, so get ready for that. If you watched my island flattening and idea talk video, you might remember that I said I have a vision for the Able Sisters. My vision, or my idea, is that, you know, on an island like this, for now, we didn't have anything that these clothes that they sell could have been made of. And so me and my little horror movie brain were thinking, is there a spooky alternative for like normal fabric woven stuff? And my brain immediately goes, isn't there like a horror movie? Was it Silence of the Lamb? I'm not really sure. But where the killer makes clothing and furniture out of humans' skin. And I thought, yes, this is it. So this is what I just fenced off. This right there. What I'm thinking, am I gonna put like another pathway underneath it? And I was like, no, I can't be bothered. This is the area where the clothing will be produced. Now, when I say produced, I mean this is the area where they will harvest the materials, if you get what I'm saying right here. So, as you can see, I placed the what's it called? The model anatomy, the model. you know what I'm trying to say. Where I placed that. And I thought that this is actually the best thing to use in an area like this, because you have the part where the skin is already torn off, and you also have the other part where the skin is still on it. So what better item to use in an area like this than this anatomy model? Like, you know. And also I looked for some codes, and I didn't really find any that made me really, really happy. But for now, I have this brain on a platter, I think it's called. And I placed it with a scale because I thought, you know, you have to weigh your materials in order to actually document how much you need for the items that you're going to be making, you know? And on the left side of this little enclosure right here, a working space, I toyed around with what items to use, and you will see me place and pick up a lot of items. Like, for example, this. I placed it quite a few times before I was happy with the actual placement. And later on you will also see me extend this area because I think it was just a little bit too small to place all the items that I wanted to place. But I guess I'll just let you watch for a while. Psych, I'm not gonna let you watch for a while. So what you're seeing right now is me frantically placing out the items that I had in my inventory because I could not deal with me having to go through 1,000 of the items just to find the one that I needed. So yeah, that's what I did right there. So this is where we come to the final placement of the, I think it's called a bar table. I'm very bad with words. I can hardly remember my own name. No. It's really hard for me to remember the names of the items. But yeah, we placed that, and then I thought, you know, Able Sisters are very, very busy. As you can see, like, you know, spending time in the shop, selling, weaving. So I thought, you know, they need friends to help them. And I thought, you know, what better friend to choose for a job like this than the garden gnomes? I think that these little creatures are inherently evil. Do you see them? Do you see how calmly they reach out their arm? What are they reaching for? Or are they pointing at anything? If so, what is it? What is their secret? Anyways, I also placed the sewing machine and a little skeleton because, you know, someone needs to sew some things together before the Ables can actually work with it. And of course it's gonna get bloody, so we have some bloody footprints. Alright, and I think that we're nearly done with this area. I'm gonna just place one dress, I believe. Yes, bones and guts. I'm in love with this dress. It looks so good. When I saw it, I was like, yes, this is it. This is it. And then I thought, you know, if it's just bones and guts, there's stuff dripping out of it. So I thought there needs to be some space for them to place it, to dry. No, dry is not the right word. To drip off? I don't know, like places where it doesn't matter if the blood is dripping onto it. So I thought, you know, just putting some planks there, nice and cute. Oh, and I hate when this happens. You have like one area that you're standing right on top of, and it puts the coats everywhere but that area. 10 out of 10, we love it. So of course, you know, you need to wash your hands and feet after you've worked in an area like this. So in this canister, of course, it's no chemical or anything, or maybe there is. But I just thought of it, you know, just a giant canister of soap to just wash everything off your body, you know? You don't want to get the clothes bloody. Anyways. Right here I'm placing the brain platter again, but later on I found a code with like a bucket full of eyes. So I placed that, and then I just did like the funny little transitions that I thought about, that I talked about in the last videos, of me just doing like a nice little dancey dance, and all the path is there, because the path alone took me half an hour, because I did it and I redid it and I did it again, and I'm not ready for that. And right here, since it is Able Sisters, and I was thinking, you know, costumes. Yeah, at first I was against it, but then I was like, no, you know, I have so many cute custom designs that I downloaded or that I made myself. So I just placed them down. As you can see, I also re-clicked or clicked wrong on the wrong command, and I did that quite a few times. Yeah, so the outfits that you see right there, I think the only one that's downloaded from the outfits that I placed on this site is the Lady Dimitrescu, or if that's what she's called, Lady Dimitrescu. I think that's what she's called. That dress I think is the only one that's actually downloaded, and the rest are dresses that I made. Yeah, Darth Babs, very creative, I know. I did that. I made that dress for Star Wars Day, I think. And it actually looks nice if you have that dress and the light stick that you get for the summer fireworks show. And then you just put this, I don't even know what it's called, like this robot looking hat, the space suit, like it's also black, and it reminded me so much of the Darth Vader mask that I was like, yes, this is it. And it looked really good. So this dress right there is not going to stay. I've decided that I don't like it. And as you can see, instead I placed this umbrella, which I thought was just absolutely fantastic, because, you know, if you skin a lot of humans, you have a lot of bones left, so you need a box of bones, and that's what that is. And then these areas they looked so bare. They were missing some codes, so I just placed some codes underneath the fencing. Ooh, by the way, now that we're in the costume area, if you celebrated Halloween, what was your costume, or do you even put on costumes and do your makeup? I have a go-to makeup that I try and choose for nearly every Halloween, and it's Princess Amanyar from The Mummy with Tom Cruise. And I just love her, and I love the makeup and the vibes. Immaculate. I love it. I do her makeup pretty much every Halloween because I just love it. I love it so much. But anyways, please tell me if you put on any makeup for Halloween. What was it? Are you going full out? Are you dressed up, makeup done, scaring some kids, or are you just more like laid back in a hoodie And you're like, hey, here, have some sweets. What kind of a Halloween person are you? And what I'm doing right now, because I thought this area is just a little bare and you don't have that many items on display that you can buy, which I thought was boring for a shopping area like this. So I decided to use some unusual or unconventional items to place. So I used the fireplace as a kind of table, which I thought was quite cute, especially when it comes to nighttime. Because it glows, it has like this, the glow of the fire, and I thought that that would be fantastic. Also, placing a radio. You can guess which song. That's right. The only song accepted on this island. Right here, as you can see, I placed a career jacket, but after the Halloween event on Sunday, I exchanged it with one of my spare Jack's robes, because I feel like I have about 200 of these now, because when you give him a lolly, I was so hoping to get more hats, more Jack's masks, like the pumpkin hats, but all that I got were Jack's robes. I have so many of them, so I was just like, you know what? No, let's place them right there. Now I'm going around planting some greenery because it was just looking a little bit too bare for my taste. Yeah, now I'm planting. No, I'm putting down some lights because I think every area looks better when you have multiple light sources, just to give it a little bit of a nicer feeling, a nicer aesthetic. And I think at some point in the near future you will also see me plant some trees, or do I skip that completely? I'm not quite sure. Ah, there we are. You see, I planted some trees, some greenery in order to make the area look a little bit more full. And I was also struggling with the trees or the items in general because they were so tall. But I felt like if I didn't put anything tall anywhere, then it would all just be so flat, and I hated that. But also I was struggling with the thought of putting anything tall in front of what I just built, because then it would block everything off, and I also didn't want that. So I kind of settled for the stunted trees, and I think it's not going to get any better. And here we are, as I'm walking you speedily through the areas of the entrance, which last time I wasn't able to actually show you. And here you can see one of the cute little areas that I've built for the Nook's Cranny, which I think look absolutely stunning at night with the different light sources. Just chef's kiss. And as you can see right here, someone dropped their candy. I wonder what made them do that. And now we're here at this beautiful blood working scene. I'm excited to plant some more trees behind that, just so it looks a little bit more dark. On the areas surrounding this, like the plateaus that I've built, I'm gonna put some trees on there or some flowers just to fill up the spaces. So don't you worry, I'm gonna fill these spaces up. They're not gonna be empty. Anyways, I really hope that you enjoyed this video, that you enjoyed the areas that I've kind of made up for you. And yeah, I hope that I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!